Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the Deep Hive faction event with the high team, a mid team, and a low team. Getting a new troop. It's becoming a deep delve, I think. And I gotta set up the stream here, so give me a sec. Why does it still say upcoming? I don't get it. Are we not streaming here? Is the laptop lagging? There we go. I got a thumbnail. Figure I'll make a thumbnail on Fridays and Mondays and maybe Saturdays. Thumbnail. New troop. Doesn't sound horrible. It's just like you got Queen Beatrix in the Deep Hive, so is it going to be better than that? I don't know. It's what a lot of troops suffer from. Wins above replacement. That's what they call it in baseball, I think. And yeah, a lot of troops suffer from that in this game. Is it gonna be better than something else you have easy access to? They probably need to think about that when they make troops, but they're probably thinking about other things when they make troops, like, what typing? How we have to have this typing, and it has to be from this place, and we've been doing this spell, and we want to use this trade, and we've been doing this heroic gem, and yada yada yada. But it's like, yeah, but we're never going to use it because of this other troop that's in the game. That's what they should be thinking more about, I feel. But they got their own way of doing things, and it's a Deep Hive troop, so it's got to be this, this, and this, and then it sucks, and it's not as good as the other thing. Gems of War live stream, playlist, save. And I think I'm good to go. Got the intro chapter. Let's jump into the chat. Get ready. Hopefully y'all can hear me. What up, Mark? I've not been doing the reminders because I feel like, we live stream around 10 a.m. every day if we're live streaming. And, I don't know. The one day I didn't do a reminder, it felt like everything went fine, so maybe it's more confusing. Might take people longer to get here because they're not like, oh, is he streaming? But yeah, I usually am. Okay, we got Mark and Sana. Good to see y'all. Setting stuff up here. But yeah, the Deep Hive. Where's it at? Right here. Right here. Right here. The Deep Hive, the faction is expanding. Earn a new troop from the event shop. To battle. Kind of tired today. Yesterday was very ranty. Today I'm a little bit tired, so we'll see what happens. I never know. I don't go into these planning on saying anything. Just whatever I'm thinking about is what comes out. I don't have a script or anything. I don't have an agenda. Whatever I'm thinking about, that's what comes out. We got the Deep Hive today. If you were planning on doing 500, you should have been planning ahead and not just deciding this morning to do it. But hey, you could probably still get it done even if you wanted. If you just all of a sudden decided to do 500 today, you might be able to get it done still. Depends how many gems you got, what your horde level's at. Do you got treasure? Do you got gold? It's kind of a thing you would want to prepare for if you're thinking ahead. The first thing we want to do is buy up in the shop. So we want to get this new troop, the Deep Horn Beetle. Just 12 blue-brown, the Deep Hive, Drifting Sands, Wild Folk Beast, deal true damage to the first enemy. There are independent 25% chances, boosted by brown gems, to gain an extra turn and half my mana back. ×2 boost ratio. Wonder how high you could get that up. Does that mean it's like a 2% chance for every brown gem? But even if it's another like or troop, and you know how I love that. Or it's a similar, even if it doesn't say or, you know what I mean. You don't know exactly what it's going to do. And my style of gameplay is I like to know exactly what a troop's going to do. And then build a team of troops that I know exactly what they're going to do. I don't like stuff where, hey, we know it's going to deal damage to the first enemy, true damage. But after that, you're not sure what else it's going to do. Is it going to gain an extra turn, or is it going to gain half its mana back? Which, if it does either one of those things, it's not bad. But if it just does true damage to the first enemy and gains half its mana back, or if it does true damage to the first enemy and then does nothing else, which I think is a possibility, then that's not very good. You're only doing true damage to the first enemy half the time. And then it has Impervious, Armored, and Deep Shield, which is nothing. So, not great. And it suffers from the Winds Above replacement thing I was talking about, where the Queen Beatrix is so much better. Why would you... Like, why? 25% isn't very good. Impervious, you know, okay. But, yeah, it could just do true damage to the first enemy and then nothing. So, I'm not super excited about it. Hit that like button and turn your ticket into the train. Let me put a chapter in so everybody can skip all that nonsense at the beginning. 6:30 or Deep Hive start. 6:45. So yeah, we're having a weekend of a faction event. That means we're getting a new troop. That means we're getting a deep delve. That means, hey, if you don't have the weapon, you should probably buy up to the weapon. If you already do have the weapon, you might want to just buy up to the new troop. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll buy up to the new troop. Gives me something, a reason, other than just completing the event. It gives me another reason, like, this is what I'm going to buy up to. I'm going to buy up to the new troop. It makes sense to me. Like, how far should I buy up in the shop? Well, they're giving you a new troop. You might as well buy up to the new troop. Or if you don't have the weapon, you might as well buy up to the weapon. You're already going to do the event anyway, right? You're probably going to try to go for all rewards. You have to at least buy up to this new troop, or you might want to buy up to the new weapon, depending on what you have or don't have. I already have the new weapon, so I might see if I can make it on from, by just buying up to tier 3. I can't remember exactly how many tiers you have to buy to get all rewards, but it's the weekend faction event, so you get even more rewards than a Tuesday faction event. There's 16 stages, bunch of orbs. If you don't have Zul'Goth, if you don't have CT, this is how you're getting your orbs, other than the Vault event. You want to grab every orb that they're presenting to you. If you're going for something, you got to grab everything that they... Every chance you can get. If your main goal is getting Zul'Goth and CT, then you got to get every orb that they present to you. If your main goal is to get Stellarix or Diamantina, you better get all the Dragonite that they present to you. If your main goal is Kingdom level and power, you better get every writ, every deed, every book they present to you. Otherwise, you can't complain about, oh, RNG, or oh, it's taking forever, because you didn't go and get all the stuff that, you didn't get everything that they were showing you. You didn't go in the arena and get the writs. You didn't finish this event and go all the way to 2 Orbs of Chaos. Like, that's why you don't have Zul'Goth. That's why you don't have CT. That's why you don't have whatever Kingdom on level 20. You gotta... Because it takes a while, so why not get everything that they're presenting? And then the Vault events, that's your chance to make up the difference for the RNG. But yeah, bought up in the shop, went to tier 3, got the new troop, and then time to make some teams. Here is the pure faction, at least what I used. Pretty sure I made it to, let's go check. Grab my tribute. Chad with the 2 getting it started. Thank you so much, bro. The train now exists. It exists today because of Chad. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sana running out there. Who else do we got? Gavin's here. Chad. Let's go. And Sana's gifted went to Tyrion. Awesome. He can't get away. But yeah, go down to your faction. Make sure your horde level potion. Like, that'll help you do it even quicker. So make sure you go down here. You go to Deep Hive. I already have it all the way done, as you can see. 2,500. That's the max renown that you can get. And if you go here, you see that I have all the points you can get. 1,000 out of 1,000, 500 out of 500, 500 out of 500, and 500 out of 500. Treasure hoard level's only on 133 because this is not one of the harder ones, but you want to make sure you have it on something. 100 is where you get your max renown, and then 111 is the first soft cap, 133 is the second soft cap. So I went to the second soft cap. Potions and stats, magic stats. Like when I got that magic stat and that potion, that's why it's 133. It sounds like a weird number, it's not an even number, but that's what you do. So, you know, the pure faction team that you just saw obviously works because I got it done, is what I'm trying to say. And then horde level. This is a soft cap, as you can see, right? I'm gaining 2 magic. Watch it go from 16 to 18. So if I had kept it on 130, I would not get that 2 magic. That would not be a good place to stop. If I go to 133, I get 2 magic. That's a good place to stop, because if I go to 134, all I get's a life. And if you look at your potions, Potion of Armor, when does it pop up? 130. So you go a little bit further, you get that 2 magic, that's a soft cap. You get a potion and 2 magic around that level. So, you know, you could do 111 if you want to try to be a little bit cheaper, a little bit less gold, a little bit less treasure. That would give you 2 magic. And a potion pops up at like 100. Or yeah, 105. Potion of Explosion, 105. And then 111 is the 2 magic. So, yeah, you should at least have it on 111, I would say. 133 is just safer. You get 2 more magic, you get a couple more potions. So, and these potions will stack. Some of them stack. Like, Enchantment's not going to stack. Explosion, I don't think stacks. But, like, the other ones, I think do stack. Especially if you get up to Potion of Power. Yeah, just put your treasure in. Get your horde level up. You know? We've gone over that before. I have a whole playlist about Delve Guide playlist. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat, of course. Mark says, should you ever stop hoarding up maybe after last potion? Yeah, there's definitely like 200 is where I would stop. Some people go higher just to flex. It's not needed, though. They probably already have it done and they just have nothing else to do. So they want to like have a really high horde level. Like, I don't think there's any cap. I think you can just keep going and going and going. But, yeah, let's see what happens. Like, how far can we go? I think you can just keep going pretty much. I know 200 is like the theoretical cap. Just keep getting stats. Yeah, see how you can just keep going and going and going? I don't even remember if there is a cap. Maybe 300, maybe 400, maybe 500. At 1,000, yeah, 1,000. Dude, that would be so much gold and so much treasure. Could you imagine? And then the potions, do they ever stop? Yeah, well, kind of. I think you keep getting potions of power, right? Yeah, they keep going up. And that's just like 7 to each stat or something like that. Every time you get one. That's pretty crazy. I would say you would never have to go past 200. If you're on the hardest one, 200 is probably the highest you'd ever have to go. But yeah, once you beat it, once you get to 500, there's no reason, like, you're not going to get anything for going higher horde level, or, you know, once you get to 2,500 faction, there's no reason. 2,500 renown. There's no reason to keep going up and up and up with your horde level. Pretty much stop increasing your horde level once you get to level 500 pure faction. Get that done. But yeah, this is like the preparation part. Before you go to the faction event, you should have been doing this during the week, like doing City of Thieves 3 times a day, every day, getting Chaos Shards, getting treasure, whatever. Then go to a portal, whatever one you need. Like, I would find a portal where you don't have all the troops fully ascended, and then just open portals. Doesn't matter where you open the portals, you will still get treasure, which is the thing you're looking for. So you might as well go to a faction where you need a troop, and then open portals. Unless you have every single troop, which is possible, because I do. But, you know, find a faction where you don't have a troop, or you don't have a troop fully ascended, or it's a new troop, or something like that. that you don't have. And just go open a bunch of portals, get a bunch of treasure, and then take that treasure to the Deep Hive and use that treasure to increase your horde level to make this faction event easier. Because it will stack. Your horde level stats will stack with your faction stuff when you go to the event. Yeah, this is the pure faction team. Definitely works. Scarab Knight. Gain barrier and armor. They're independent 25% chances. Boosted by brown gems to gain an extra turn and half my mana back. They're just our tank. And then Queen Beatrix, 3 of them to kill. So that would be the pure faction if you need it. Worked for me. Got it done. Juan has been a member for 14 months. Hello. So there's the pure faction. Maybe I should put that in as a chapter part. There we go. Save. Alright, let's make a real team now, as far as like, hey, we're going to get the event done. This is pure faction. We would do this on maybe 300, 400, 500, get our renown. You only really need to do it on 500, but it's nice to practice and lock some in before you can't go back. If you're a mid-level player and you're having trouble and you don't do any pure faction until you're up on like 400 something, or you're trying it on 500, can't get it done, it would have been nice to have locked one in on 300 or 400 where it was easier, so you can get that renown, maybe get a pet. But you don't have to do you don't have to do 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You don't have to do every single one in pure faction. You only have to do it one time, really. Bare minimum, you could do it on level 500 one time, and it would count for max points. But it's nice to like lock one in on 300 or 400 just in case it's super hard. So you want to get a little bit of renown. Okay, so I guess we'll make a high level team first. We got green, we got brown. Green and brown, what does that make you think of? It makes me think of Guard's avatar. The first thing that pops into my mind. I hate to do that every time, though. I feel like everybody does that every time. Or you could do... And then deeper, it would be CT High King Irongut. You would Guard's avatar until it stops being fast. And then you would switch to CT High King Irongut. High King Irongut in first slot. Wand or something in second slot. Whatever you want. Some mana generating weapon. CT in third slot. Leprechaun in last slot. Something like that. Could try to make something different, but I don't know if I really want to, because it's a faction event. I don't feel like those are super popular to where I would... The Void Dragon's here. How's he here? Oh, brown. Got the Scourge of Honor. He's okay. Tina. Ubistet. So I'll call out some other good things, because I probably will do Guard's avatar, honestly, but let's call out all the troops you could use. Arachnian Weaver's okay. Of course, you could use one of your dragons. Thrasku's good, especially deeper. A dragon. You could do Triple Eye of Argus if you really just love skulls. Phoenix is okay. Guard's avatar is good. High King Irongut is the king of the delves. You could do a Rowan Megavore. Like deeper, you would cast Megavore to strip their armor, so your Rowan wouldn't have to chew through so much durability. Do a Mistralis. Morthani's okay. Pycea. Phoenicia, maybe. Yeah, you got the Magma Dragon too. You could do the Fomag. Could do the Fomag. Stellarix, of course. Wand, of course. Like, that's an even more, like... I feel like Guard's avatar is a little bit better than Stellarix as far as how many people would have it and could use it. Because I could just sit here and do a Stellarix again. Which is more egregious than using Guard's Avatar, probably. Void Dragon. Good. Ubistet Rope Dart is a thing. Tina, you could just Tina it. Maybe Bork and Tina with Mechanist. But yeah, there's some other options for you in case you don't want to do this same old, same old. But it's like Guard's Avatar and High King Irongut are the two Delve mythics that you want to get to make everything go quicker. You'd use Guard's Avatar early, High King Irongut late. And we could go Leprechaun. This is just the high-level team, too. I'll make 3 teams, so it's not just only going to be Guard's Avatar. But this is probably what I'm going to use, at least until a certain point. Just reality. Weapon! I don't know. We could use the wand. I feel like this game is getting a little bit boring with all the Stellarix and wand business. Something like that. It's boosted by my armor, so eventually you might want to throw him down a slot just to make sure he... You could switch weapons and throw him down a slot just to make sure he doesn't lose any armor. But early on, it's like, oh well. It's not going to reduce his damage too much, and they probably aren't going to hit you at all early. Alright, what do we got? We got some yellow, we got some brown. Meant to do banner. And minus green, minus purple. So we have to choose one of those. What class am I going to use? Probably just like Titan or something. Could do the Knight class. If you haven't leveled up Knight yet, you could do Knight, because this guy's 50% start for Knight. Which takes care of one of the problems of why Knight sucks. Doesn't have a 50% start. What's Mark saying? It's safe to open keys today? Yeah, we should do that too. Because if I get King Stormguard, I only need 3 troops. And I have every single troop in the game. Horde, Mimic, Mythic, and 2 Sentinels is all I'm missing. Plus the King Stormguard. But he should be available today. That is right. That's a good thing you said that, because I probably would have forgot. Glad you said that. Class. You know, a 50% start class. I would do Oracle because I'm leveling Oracle. Maybe you would do a different class because you're leveling a different class. But if we're going to pick like the perfect class for this, it would probably be something like Titan. So we can have a Brown Storm so we can get up quicker. Why won't it let me go over there? There we go. Alright, let's go. I almost hit the share button to start my video that I'm not doing. On PlayStation, you hit share right before you would start a clip. I don't know why it did that. I haven't done that in a long time, and I'm on live stream. Sauna says, yes, the ugly mythic is out of the chest today. Yeah, Sucky Queen is out of there. Yeah, you can open them, Mark, if you want. Like, if that's what you're going for. If, you know, depends where you're at in the game. I want to tell every single person, like, King Stormguard is not that good. So to blow all your keys for King Stormguard is not something every single person should do. There are definitely people out there that are saving keys and waiting for the next new mythic that is good. That way they know they're going to get a good one. If you just throw keys randomly right now, it doesn't mean you're going to get King Stormguard. You could get Amnesia, you could get Doomclaw, you could get the Void Dragon, you could get Guard's Avatar. You know? Every single mythic is in the drop table. There's 100 and something mythics. So even if you get a mythic, you're just going to get some random mythic. You don't know which one you're going to get. So the people that are doing that are either... They still need a bunch of mythics, so they're happy to get any kind of mythic, so they're throwing a bunch of keys, and they don't really care which one they get. They just want one that they don't have, and they're hoping for a good one, which is more of like a beginner or early mid-game thing. Or you're a super late game player that the only freaking mythic you need is King Stormguard. And you have nothing else to do with your keys anyway, so you might as well throw them like I'm going to do. But there is that middle ground of people that are saving their keys because it's more like I already have 75% of the mythics, I already have 90% of the legendaries, I already have all the epics. Like, if I throw keys right now, the chance that I get King Stormguard isn't. It's like, you know, first of all, it's a low chance to get a mythic anyway. Second of all, if you get a mythic, you have a less than 1% chance or something to get King Stormguard because there's over 100 mythics. So you're going to throw key... Like, you could get lucky, but that's like buying a scratcher. You could blow all your keys and not get it. All the while getting Amnesia, 50 Amnesias. I put a chapter in, so it depends. You might get lucky and get it, but that's like confirmation bias too. Deep, Hive, high, fast. The 2630. Dang, I take forever to get going, don't I? I don't know how we're almost 30 minutes in. I haven't done anything. 1.2, 1.25, 1.4. Let's go 1.4. Yeah, restarting the game would be smart, too. Just to make sure. You never know. Yeah, you could pull Ironhawk, too. Ironhawk's in there. Everything's in there. I think every single mythic is available, except for the ones you make, like dragons and stuff, of course. Like, whenever I say every single mythic is there, you gotta take something like Zul'Goth isn't, CT isn't, etc. Well, I don't want everybody out there throwing every single key they got. Because what if the next new mythic is really good? We could go look and see. If you're really, you could go see, but you never know. The one after that could be really, really good. And it's only 2 months away. It's not like crazy 7 months or something. Less than a month from now, we're going to get a new mythic. And if it's amazing, and you save your keys, and you don't just randomly throw them and get Amnesias, you could definitely have enough to get that next one. There's some people that should be doing that. Not every single person. It's like 50%. 50% of people are throwing keys today. Just, they either need tons of mythics and they don't care, or they're high level and they have every mythic and the only one they need is King Stormguard, so they don't care. And they get every new mythic anyway. They could spend tons of keys and still be fine. Why'd I do that? Wrong guy. But there's that 50% in the middle that should not do that. Because you're going to waste a bunch of keys and get a bunch of crappy mythics. Or like just 2 crappy mythics. It's not like Mythic. Mythic is the hardest one to pull. King Stormguard's not a game changer. He's like slightly better than Ketris. But I'm going to go do it. So after this, that's what we'll do. I probably should have put that in the title. I just forgot. I appreciate y'all reminding me. Once we get these 3 teams out there, which is going to take a second because I got to run through every battle before I can go show the next team. Ooh, Sana got Ironhawk. Nice. Gavin said, I think if they made a no mythic leaderboard for event, people would get a bit more interested in them. That's a great idea. And it wouldn't be too hard either because you know you don't need mythics. This game is definitely playable without any mythics. It would just be a bunch of Teslas, Queen Beatrixes. Start there. Could just use Rowan. So many good non-mythic legendaries in the underworld that are easy to get. Alright, so that's the first one. If you just want to get this done, if you just want to hurry up, eventually I would probably flip. I'd probably put Guard's Avatar in second slot, I'd probably put the Hero in first slot, and I might even change my weapon. Because I don't want to cast the wand 2-3 times just to get up the Guard's Avatar, when I could cast, like, Mountain Crusher once and then cast Guard's Avatar, save myself a turn. But, you know, you could keep the wand too. It definitely works. You just might have to cast it, like, 2 times to get up your Guard's Avatar. Which it might just get an extra turn. You might just cast, get it up. It's not that big of a deal, but... There's the high-level team, especially early. Later on, like I said, I would do High King Iron Gut, Wand, CT, Leprechaun. For, like, if I'm on level 500, 400. Alright, I might leave Leprechaun there. Let's do a mid-level team. What do you guys think I'm gonna do? I feel like some of y'all that are here all the time could probably call it. I'm thinking green, I'm thinking legendary, but, okay. Could do the Foxfire King, we could do that just to do something different. What I'm really thinking is like Queen Beatrix, Venoxia or something. Queen Beatrix Venoxia would be great. I do that every single time, so maybe I'll do Foxfire King this time. He's even easier to get than... Like, Venoxia would be one you would have to... It's not an underworld. It's the... So this one does true damage to all enemies. And it's a Fae. So we can use King Oberon. 50% start for Fae. And then weapon. Just use a... Since I already did the wand, maybe we just do like a Fae weapon. Eruption of Roses. Seems alright. Should we do like that? So much red, though. Wish I had something else. I like the fact that I don't have to make it a Fae hero. If I use the explosion one. Silverglade. Nope. Bright Forest, green and red. Not Bright Forest. Oh well. If you have the wand, you can use the wand. You could use Mountain Crusher, you could use Reflection of Good, you could use Obsidian Libram. Maybe I should do that. People just got that, so maybe I'll do that. Obsidian Libram. Make it topical. There we go. Now we're using 2 colors. Like, we're already using so much red and green. We might as well use a weapon with 2 different colors. Has a summon. Then I would go probably like Archer with a bunch of green. 50% start. And Banner. I don't know. We got green, red, purple, brown. Probably start off just trying to get up the Foxfire King. Something like that. Just trying to do something different. If you want to do Queen Beatrix Venoxia, and then if you're a high-level player, of course, Guard's Avatar, High King Iron Gut, CT, Stellarix. I might try this. Something different. Forest Troll, King Gobtruffle, Queen Beatrix, and Boreal Crystal. Yep. I was never the guy that liked mixing the Queen Beatrix and the King Gobtruffle, since one is physical and one is true damage, but it still works. I'd probably just double up on one or the other. Like if you wanna play it safe, you double up on King Gobtruffle, and if you wanna play it fast and loose, you double up on Queen Beatrix. But using one of each, one's doing true damage, one's doing physical. Like they kinda, it seems like they go good together, and they do. But you know that's not my favorite thing. .2, 1.3, 1.25. Let's go 1.3. It's definitely a team, though, and I'm not going to talk you out of it. You just don't see me doing that. Alright, 1.15, 1.2, 1.25. Let's go. Yeah, he always equals extra turn. But he uses the same exact colors as the Queen Beatrix, so if you had got up your King Gobtruffle to cast him to get that extra turn, you could have had the Queen Beatrix up, which you could have casted and maybe won, because she would have done true damage instead of physical. But when you're deeper in, maybe, I would just go two. If you want the Gobtruffle safety, I would just go double Gobtruffle. But you could get the cleanse, I guess. That's why it's an actual team, and that's why it's fine. And that's why I don't hate it, and that's why I wouldn't talk you out of it. Because the Queen Beatrix, you have the cleanse from the Queen Beatrix. So if you're using her for a third trait, I get it. Let's say deep, hive, mid. 37. Trying to do chapters for y'all. I don't think it's super helping. It's not like we're getting a couple hundred extra people watching because they understand how to use chapters and they don't get scared by the long live streams. They just see the number, they just see the long live stream, and they say, "No way, Jose. I don't know how to click on a chapter." The people that appreciate it are the people that are already watching anyway. So thank you, I love you. At first, I was doing it for the crybabies. But now I understand that they're just going to cry no matter what. So now I'm doing it for the people that actually care. I'll keep doing it for you guys, the ones that actually care. Because I could just stop doing it and it wouldn't hurt, it wouldn't affect anything probably. If I stopped doing chapters. Be no skin off my back. Rowan, yeah. That might be our low-level team. Spoilers. Spoiler alert. But not every person knows exactly how to build Rowan. Especially as a beginner, you're like, oh, I can't use this troop I usually use with her because of the colors. Thanks again, Son. I went to Misty. I haven't seen Misty in a minute, but I love when it goes to a person that we know. So Tyrion and Misty so far. Out there really trying, revving it up. Get her started. I would say we're super close to it revving up right now. It's sputtering. We're trying to pop the clutch, push it down the hill. Chad's pushing. Sana's in there, popping the clutch. He's like, I need somebody else to help me push. This thing is really heavy. The next person that runs out here, we got this. I'm so close. I didn't eat my Wheaties this morning. Usually I can push an entire train by myself. I've got an old elbow injury. Ooh, it's from Anita? Shout out to Anita. You guys, you know, got a special place. It's like Anita, Chad, and Sana a lot of the time. Got a lot of weight on your shoulders right now. Imagine if we lost those 3. I would be in trouble. Okay, so here's the mid-level team. It's just a team that does not have a mythic. It does not have a crazy weapon. You should have got this weapon earlier in the week. The hardest thing to get would probably be this guy. And if you don't have him, you know, maybe just use Leprechaun. You could still do this team. It'd be a little less. It'd be okay still. I love, you know me, I know exactly what's going to happen. So a King Aberon, 50% starting every single time. Then Foxfire King only needs 8 mana every single time. Like, that's my type of team. Even though I hate the green and red just almost all the way down. That annoys me a little bit. But he's only here to 50% start, so I almost just ignore what color he is. I'm never going to cast him, most likely. And this will get you pretty far. You might want to, if you're trying to go to 500 as a mid-level player, I'm trying to give you more options and like make sure I help you whether you're just going to all rewards or you're trying to go to 500. Like, I'm trying to help everybody. If I was a mid-level player and I was trying to go to 500, I would probably switch out of this team eventually, like around 200, 300, and I would probably switch to the Truffle Shuffle. I'd do Forest Troll, Gob Truffle, Doomed Glaive. And you just make sure you keep that infinite loop going. It doesn't matter how many stats the enemy has. It doesn't matter how hard the enemy hits you. You're going to entangle them. You're going to just keep looping. They're never going to get a turn. You can definitely do it deathless. So same thing as with the high-level team. I gave you a fast option and a deep option. Here's your fast option for mid-level. Your deep option is the Truffle Shuffle. I might not show you both team codes, but if you're watching and listening, you get the benefit of both. So green and brown. Mark and Livewire, yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like, you know, we have people coming off the bench too. People coming off the bench every once in a while. Everybody matters. Alright, we just want to do Rowan for this. Like, I already took 45 minutes getting you 2 teams. You could do Persistence. Remember, always think about your Guardians. If you're not happy with your Rowan team or how it's doing, you could do triple Persistence with the Lupine's Edge, Spirit Walker, or even Geomancer maybe. And then you got Defiance, triple Defiance with Axe of the North, Sentinel class. More options. But we'll just build a little Rowan team, probably. At least we weren't super meta, like that mid-level team wasn't the meta. What am I doing here? Let's just do A to Z so I know what I'm looking for. Rowan R. Let's grab a Leprechaun. Why'd I even take it off? And we will open a bunch of keys, try to get King Stormguard. And, you know, if we have time, we'll do some other stuff too. Whatever you guys want. Whatever you want to see. Let's do the old, let's see. We could do... Is this the Clockwork Sphinx? Ooh, this is a nice, easy one. So the Deep Hive is another place you can do your little, you know, City of Thieves team. This Clockwork Sphinx is available. And that's like your first, one of the first Rowan teams you build. You get this in a warband, I think, right? The hardest thing to get's the Leprechaun. Rowan's from a quest. And then we can do the Golden Cog, which you get from Mastery. So 75% of this team, you definitely have. The hardest thing to get's the Leprechaun. It's the same exact team right here that you would use to farm the City of Thieves every single day, 3 times a day, when you're trying to do the Underworld. Banner. Oh no, I always have trouble with the banner here. Probably green. Then we got red, yellow, purple, brown, blue. What are we missing? We got everything? We got blue, we got green, we got red, We got yellow, we got purple, we got brown. Yep. That's another cool thing about this team, and it being a low-level team that's easy to get, is you cover every single color, too. So when you're exploding, when you're blowing up your leprechaun, like you have an explode potion and you have a leprechaun, and it's blowing up that whole board like twice, you're covering every single color. Everything that explodes, you get. But what do we minus? Most likely yellow or red, and just take that on the chin. Because we don't need the golden cog every single fight. So we'll just look for a green that has a minus red. So this is fine. Mushroom banner. Probably just go with that. Class, you could do archer or titan or thief. Whatever you want to level up as a low-level player. Just pick a 50% start class that you want to level. I'll probably just keep it on archer for now. So we have a green storm with leprechaun exploding green with Rowan using green. And that'll be our low-level team. No mythic, no legendaries. Deep, Hive, low. 4630. Save. Alright, guard medals, of course. I don't know if I have mine on, but it'll be okay. Yeah, Mark. You can use this for a lot of stuff, too. You don't only have to use it for City of Thieves. You can use it for your adventure board and your dungeon and pet rescues and quests, class challenges, whatever. Wherever it lets you. So early we're just casting Rowan. Later on we might cast a Clockwork Sphinx. We might cast a Golden Cog. We definitely want to make sure we have our guard medals on. And, you know, this is a beginner team. Trying their best, doing their best, getting as much of the rewards as they can get. Are they going to go all the way to 500? They could probably try. Might have to buff up that Rowan quite a bit to keep going with this. And it's not that hard to get the Truffle Shuffle. And even if you don't have the Forest Troll, you could still do, like, whatever your best explodey weapon is. And then Gob Truffle, Leprechaun or something. It's that Leprechaun. Hopefully, if you don't have Leprechaun, that would be the worst. But then hopefully you have, like, King Aberon or, something else. You have a whole video about Rowan and, like, the progression of how the team changes over time. I know it was, like, surprisingly, like, I just pooped it out one day, like, oh, I'll just make a video about Rowan. I feel like a comment, like, somebody left a comment one time, like, about Rowan, or I was looking up something, and then I saw something that made me think, oh, I'll just make a whole video about Rowan, and then it, like, blew up. Some of my best videos just... It's something you don't really think is going to be a big video. And it just ends up being a big one. If you put too much effort in, sometimes it doesn't. It craps the bed. That's what's weird about YouTube. That's why it's very frustrating, too. It's kind of why I'm not doing pre-records. That's part of it. You know the real reason I'm not doing pre-records, but... You know, a little portion of it is me putting in so much effort and then the video craps the bed. I kind of got tired of that. And then randomly I'll just, on a whim, fire up a video real quick with no preparation. Just poop one out onto YouTube and it'll get thousands and thousands of views. You got the Sphinx. Sometimes, you know, it gives you a little bit of extra armor, make you hit a little bit harder. If you know it will definitely get up your Rowan. Like, if you have the choice between Leprechaun and Clockwork Sphinx. If you want a little bit more damage, Sphinx it. Because the mana you get is exactly like it. If there's 13 green on the board and you choose green with your Clockwork Sphinx, you're going to get 13 mana to your Rowan. So don't be picking, like, a different color, and don't be picking, like, you know, if you have Leprechaun and Clockwork Sphinx and your Rowan needs all of its mana and there's only, like, 3 blue on the board and 0 green, don't be picking the blue and only getting 3 mana. Like, just explode... Well, I guess if there's no green, you wouldn't explode the Leprechaun, but you know what I mean. There's, like, 3 blue and 5 green. Just do the Leprechaun. Because you'll also get the blue and the green. You only get the one color from the Sphinx, but it also gives you armor, so it's there for a reason. Covers colors we're not using, like brown, and it gives you armor, and it's a mana generator. Marilith, I know. I always forget freaking Marilith. I don't think she would have fit on any of our teams today, though. If you don't have the Sphinx, maybe you'd use Marilith, yeah. That's one case where I don't mind mixing true damage and physical, because she is mostly for mana generation. She does 6 true damage no matter what. She's never going to kill something anyway. So she's really a mana generator. Even though she hits all enemies with true damage, her main job is to mana generate, not to do damage. So, like in your other example with the King Gobtruffle and the Queen Beatrix, if her main job is to cleanse, that's what I like that. But the mixing of the physical and the true isn't my favorite. And I would just double up on Queen Beatrix if I'm going to use Queen Beatrix. Alright, there you go. And remember this team, because this team is one you can use to farm the underworld and go to City of Thieves and build up everything and get everything done and get more stats and get all the troops. That's the team right there. You don't have to use that class if you don't want to. Like, you'd probably start with Orb Weaver, honestly, because, or maybe Sentinel or Titan, because Archer comes a little bit later, I think. But I just used it for the Green Storm to help the Leprechaun, and then the 50% start to help the Cog. And it also has like an instant kill, I think. But there's all your teams. Make sure you get this thing done. If you're an end-game player, you're getting all rewards. If you don't have it on 500, you might try for 500. If you're a mid-game player, you're getting all rewards. Less people are going to get it to 500, but some will. If you're a beginner, you're just doing what you can do. I don't know. Depends how far up in the shop you can buy. Hopefully you can buy up to the weapon, and then, yeah, you should get it all the way done, get all rewards. You don't have to go to 500 to get all rewards. You only have to go to, like, 300 or so. You get free sigils every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you buy up to the weapon if you can. This is the best time to get the weapon. It's not because the weapon's good. It's not because, you know, it's just because you're already doing the event. It just makes sense to get it now. You'll get more turns. You'll get the Potion of Armor, the Legendary Ingots, the Treasure Troops, the Shards, and the weapon. And you're already doing it anyway, and it will help you get towards all rewards, and it pays you back a little bit because you're getting further in this. But yeah, I'm going to have to keep going. I might even keep going with this. Sometimes I'll just say, like, my beginner team is the one I'll keep going with. Like, I don't mind. I'll use this team. Like, I'll probably keep using this team until I get stops, like, one-shotting or something. But yeah, that's the faction event. I hope I help somebody out there. I hope you do well. I hope you get it done, and good luck. As far as the deep delve goes, they're usually not worth it. Usually not worth doing. Like, who's going to be down here doing a deep delve? With everything else going on in the game, that's like one thing. And then even if you have time, you're better off like doing 2 City of Thieves or something than doing 1 deep delve. The only good thing about a deep delve is that you have a guaranteed gnome in there. But you don't know which one it's going to be. And you don't know what it's going to drop. It's one of those or, and. Like, I hate that. You know I hate that. I want to know exactly what I'm getting. I don't want to waste my time if I don't have to. And a deep delve is something you don't have to do. I don't know if anybody out there is doing deep delves. It's like a thing they added to the game that nobody does. Most people don't. And they added it a long time ago, and then they just kind of, they don't even really mention it too much when they put a new one out. Something flying under the radar, that's an extra little thing you could do that nobody does. But there's a guaranteed gnome in there, but hey, it could be a soul gnome when you don't need souls. It could be a daemon gnome when you don't need that. And then even if it's a good gnome, it could drop you trash. Even if you get a freaking treasure gnome, it could drop trash. Even if you get a jewel gnome and you need diamonds, it could drop you other trash that you don't need. And you have to go through, you have to spend 2 sigils, and then you have to go do a, yeah, and it's harder. Really not worth it. Probably better off doing many other things. Alright, the next most relevant thing would be to open a bunch of keys and try for King Stormguard, which I don't want you doing. Unless you're super high level or super low level. You mid-game players out there need to have patience, I would say. The only reason I'm doing it is because of this. I know I show this every day, but it's just so amazing. I can't believe it. When you have giant biceps, you flex every time you can flex. And when you're only missing 4 troops, you show it as many times as you can. Remember, don't subscribe. I don't want to have a face cam. I don't want to get to 10K and have to do that, like I said I would. You guys are doing a great job, and this is not reverse psychology. If it is, do you think I really want to get a face cam and show my face? You think I do? Because, yeah, you're doing what I want, which is fine. Either way, I don't care. So, the best thing to do would be actually to get me to 10K so you get something from it. Other way around, I just don't have to do something, so I'm cool either way. Do whatever you want. PvP's getting on your nerves? Yeah, it's not my favorite thing. I just do the goals. I do the bare minimum. You guys see I have my 10K? I got my 10K. I got it yesterday. Back to 10K. It did take longer than I thought it would take, but we still made it. And I'm doing something right. Got back up to 10K. We're only missing 4 troops in the entire game. Alright, so that's why I'm going to go for King Stormguard. Just because of this. That's the only reason. He's available now. And I have a ton of keys. I got 19,000 gem keys. I probably have a billion of these guild chests. Like, I have more. I could open purple orbs. And have, like, probably double that. I got, you know, my glory keys I open because they have gems in them. Like, my gold keys I open because they have gems in them, or else I'd have way more. Event keys you don't open. You're not going to get King Stormguard if you open event keys. Save those for Adana, Zolkeri, Zajan, White Helm, stuff like that. It's based on the kingdom. It's not just every troop in the game. It's only Hellcrag troops right now, which are trash. So don't open these. Save them. Hey, let's do this. You want to do the VIP keys? Got them from Adventure Board. Here, I'll put a chapter in. Opening lots of keys at the 59. Yeah, next week, Mark. I said I'd do it as soon as I got to 10K. I'm going to complete the Underspire to full completion next week. No, maybe not next week, dude, because we got the Vault event. The week after that, I'll do it. I promise. The Vault event is not the time to be starting to worry about... I might go further. I might, like, do a little halfway. Like, get to the 4th boss or something. Make sure I get to the 4th boss. Like, I might buy a little bit. Do as much as I can from Monday to Thursday. I'm not doing Underspire on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think that's a dumb move. For a lot of people. If you're super in-game and you have a billion gems, like, of course. Like Tacit, for example. Doing the Underspire during the Vault event for him is fine, because he's getting orbs, guaranteed orbs. Like, that's not a dumb move for him, but people watching him to follow the same, like, do the same thing he's doing, not everybody should do that. Alright, so this is an example of a VIP key. We've got a lot of epics. Celestial, some gold, and one legendary. Now, let's just do, I guess, gem keys. See if we can get King Stormguard. I'm going to open quite a bit. A lot of legendaries. Venoxia is good. Divinish Ball is good. The Great Maw is good. Forest Guardian, 50% start. Web Spinner's good. Got Chernabog, Wrath. Those are two good ones. Chernabog again, Gorgatha. Getting good legendaries. The World Breaker. You see how I got a mythic, but it's not the greatest? It's like an average mythic. There's so many great dragons in the game right now. The World Breaker just keeps falling and falling and falling. He's like a C-tier mythic. Would you rather have this or Stellarix, Diamantina, Ruby Wrath, the Void Dragon, etc., etc., etc.? Web Spinner again, really good. Wrath, really good. Captain Saltclaw's okay every once in a while. Theodorovich is overrated and backfires. King Heliodor overrated. Triton a good tool for your toolbox. 50% start for Merfolk. Divinish Bala, Holy Saint Astra, two good ones. Underrated, underrated. We're getting lots of good legendaries. Shagra I do use. Nothing there really. Trying to make this interesting for you by talking about the troops. Tannenbaum's decent. A little bit underrated, underused. Yoke the Ham. 2 accounts at 1200. Nice. Skady I never use. She's so old. The Great Maw is a nice replacement for High King Irongut when you don't have it. The Midnight King is a newer troop. Maybe you don't have it. But in that, I am only looking for one troop out of all of this. It's going to be hard to get. So I don't know if we're going to see the one we want. So far, we've got 2 mythics. And there's at least 100 that are possible, I think, now. I think that's a good guess. It could be 90-something, it could be 100 and something, but it's around 100 mythics that are possible. We got the best legendary in the game. We got another Web Spinner. Zenith's okay. I don't know why I go to the bottom. There's nothing down there. Shagra's okay. Like I use it. Just for my Red Guild Wars team. King Highforge, 50% start for Dwarves. Glaceon, pretty good. 65% skull reduction. Nothing there. We got nothing. Web Spinner again. Top 5, top 10 legendary. Tina, that'd be our first good one. Our first top 10. It took us 3 tries. We got one, though. I'd be excited. If I didn't have Tina, I'd be excited. That's better than King Stormguard. If I was going for King Stormguard and I got Tina instead, I'd be like, hell yeah. Freaking Tina. Even better. So 3 mythics so far. Nothing there. Yao Gui. Nothing. Captain McCall's 50% start. Sir Quentin Hadley's a good 50% start. Nothing. Nothing. Divinish Bala again. Shegra again. Holy Saint Astra again. Shegra again. If I don't mention them, that means I don't think they're good. Yao Gui again. This will give you a little temperature check on all these troops. All these legendaries, mostly. Divinish Bala is good. Holy Saint Astra is great. Or they're both great. King Salinas is good. 50% start for, like, Scourge of Honor. Wild Folk. Nimue is kind of underrated. King Highforge, 50% start for Dwarves. King Aberon, 50% start for, like, Rowan, for Fae. If you can't use the Mirage Queen, who is way easier to get. Mirage Queen is red and blue. King Aberon is green and red. So anytime you can't use blue and red, you can use this for the green. The times where you want to use Rowan, but you can't use Mirage Queen, and you have access to, like, green. He has a place in the game. When he came out, I'm like, we're never going to use that guy. Like, Mirage Queen's way better. It curses, it does skulls, like, it has a good spell. Mirage Queen's so much better than this guy. I was like, oh yeah, I guess he covers green, which works. That's fine. He has a place. And he can 50% start other Fae, so. Got Phenoxia, Sir Quentin Hadley. Good and good. Web Spinner again, nice. You might only see your Web Spinner when you're using Arachnian Weaver and need a summon, but that's the best summon in the game. Web Spinner's claim to fame is it's the best summon in the game. Got Forest Guardian, we got King Averlorn, 250% starters, Beast and Elf, respectively. King Salinas, 50% starter for Wild Folk. Yao Gui. Good because it does heavy damage and then it can loop back into itself. That's why it's good. Great Maul, your replacement for High King Irongut until you get it. Nothing. How many have we opened? Crimson Bat's okay here and there. Scylla's okay here and there. Skull Waterfall. I don't know how many I started with. Was it like 13,000? We opened like 3,000 so far, maybe? You guys remember? It's on video. So we're getting like one mythic every... We had to open more than that, huh? I can go back, I guess. How many did we start with, y'all? Let me go back. I can look at the stream. I kind of want to know. Give me a sec. Because I want to tell you, like, how many it's going to take for you to get a mythic, you know? Okay, we started with 19,203, so we've opened 9,000. 9,000 gem keys we've opened. And we've got 3 mythics so far, so every 3,000 keys you open, you'll get a mythic. That's not 100%, but that's just what we're seeing so far. We've got 3 mythics, right? I think. Worldbreaker, Skady, and Worldbreaker, Skady, and Tina. I can go to guild chat. Worldbreaker, Skady, Tina. 3 mythics for 9,000 gem keys. That's why I'm telling you, you can't just throw them all willy-nilly. It's going to take you 3,000 to get a mythic. And you're just going to get one random mythic, like Skady or the Worldbreaker. It took us 9,000 to actually get a good one. So that's why you're not just sitting here opening. So you're going to get a repeat. You're going to get a crappy one. I might even stop there. I mean, that's 9,000 gem keys. We're at the 10,000 now. Let's go over to guild chests, which have a slightly higher chance at mythics. Matron Dragatoni is poo-poo. I mean, she's got like a okay trait. Tannenbaum is better than some people think. Triple skull damage to Entangled. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Like, I'm not going to go over the epics. Like, Abergonia. Nothing. King Salinas again. You already know. 50% for Wild Folk. Mostly for Scourge of Honor. Queen Titania's good. She hits hard for a legendary. Good with Yao Gui. Garion's a little underrated. I don't really use them. Nothing. Nothing. Abergonia again. Ursuvius. Ulf. You'll use Ulf every once in a while. Like PvP and certain restrictions. Or Aerie has that unique trait. Theo's overrated. Overrated by the dummies, not by the smart ones. You won't see us using it. Come on, give me something good here. We need a mythic at least. How many? I'm gonna try. I'll do. Let's get 2 more mythics, and then I'm not gonna keep going forever. I need to save some of my keys for the new mythics. Forest Guardian. Widow Queen, not good. Man, we're just having trouble here. Basilisk. We're on chest level 6, huh? Did I take my seals yet? Yeah, we're on 40,000. Make sure you're on 40,000 before you go do this. Gives you a way better chance of getting a mythic. Alright, I want to see 2 more mythics. Let's go. Tesla's awesome. Nothing. King Salinas again. Nothing. Queen Grapplepot, not good. Davinia's okay. Nothing. There we go. Whoa, we got 2 good ones, too. These 2 are good. This is a top 20 and a top 5 or top 10. Arachnid Weaver and Obsidius. I wish I needed those. I wish I was more excited, but I got Tina, Arachnid Weaver, Obsidius, and then 2 crappy ones. I did pretty good my haul here, but I just don't need them. Let's see how many keys it took. That's what I'm saying. That was like 50,000 guild chest keys. And 9,000 gym keys. For 5 mythics. And if there's 100 mythics, that's just 5% of the mythics right there. That's like... Luckily we got different ones each time. We got good ones. But you could get 5 crappy ones. So watch. That's me showing you why you don't do it if you're a certain person. So I just lost 9,000 keys there. And then I lost not getting the thing I needed. Like 40,000 there. 40,000 guild seals and 9,000 gem keys did not get me King Stormguard. So I'm probably better off waiting until he comes through the Soul Forge. That's more of a targeted way to get mythics you need. Once you only need like 1 mythic, or you need like 10 mythics, or you only need like 1 legendary, or you're better off saving up event keys and diamonds and targeting them. You know you're going to get it eventually. Instead of trying for it randomly. That'd be like going to your job every day, making sure you get a raise, making sure you do well, making sure you don't take days off. Like, that's your guaranteed way of getting money, and making sure you keep getting more and more and more money by doing better and better and better at something that's a sure thing. Instead of going to the store or gas station every day with no job and buying a scratcher every day. That's just opening keys randomly. Buying the scratcher. Hoping you win the lottery. Most likely it's not going to happen. Do you know how many people in the world, like, do you actually know in real life that won the lottery? I know one person. Out of all the people I know. And it's not like he got rich. He got, like, enough money to get by. And it's not even like a person I really, really know. It's like a person I know because a person that I know knows them. That's how many people actually win the lottery. Like, I know one person that a person I know knows that won the lottery. Kind of. It wasn't even like $1 million or anything. The same thing here. You know, event keys and diamonds are the way to go if you're looking for one specific mythic. Or 5 specific mythics. Or 1 specific legendary. So I'll be waiting for Wild Plains. And when Wild Plains comes, I'll throw all those event keys I've been saving. Because there's no other reason for me to do that right now. There's no other troop I need. So it's all my event keys are going to go to Wild Plains right now. Or all the diamonds I have. If he shows up in the... He has to show up in the Soul Forge eventually. He has to. So that's the difference between having patience and not having patience. This guy will be there. You know, within 25 weeks. Which is 6 months. And he could be there next week. He could be there the week after that. Doesn't mean you're going to have to wait a whole 6 months. Worst case scenario, you will get this guy in the next 6 months. I will get this guy in the next 6 months, worst case scenario. He will be in the Soul Forge. He has to be. That's how it works. And he could be there next week or the week after. Doesn't mean I have to wait all the way to 6 months. Just if that's the worst case scenario. And then Wild Plains, whenever Wild Plains is. I could go on Terran's World right now and see when's Wild Plains going to be. Is it 6 weeks from now, 7 weeks from now? That means that's how long. That's the longest. We could do that right now. I'll go to Terran's World. We'll see if we can figure it out. When's Wild Plains? And then I can cut down what the longest it's going to be is, you know? Where is it? What do you look at again? Like Kingdom level and power, maybe? I don't see Wild Plains for a while, though. There's a place you can look on here, and I'm just, like, having a brain fart. So, next week we have Dragon's Claw. The week after that is Lianis Empire. The week after that is Stormheim. The week after that is Bright Forest. And the week after that is Pan's Vale. So it's not coming anytime soon. But that's okay. He might pop up in the Soul Forge. Alright, what else do you guys want to see? Anything in particular? You want to see Invasion? Deeper Invasion? You want to see, what? Vault Keys? We got Underspire. I could do Epic Trials if you want. We could keep going in the faction. You want me to play the game normally? Let me see what you guys said in the chat, too. I'm surprised for a Friday. I told y'all, like, faction events aren't that popular. Neo. Neo says, I have most Delves Horde on 200 since I'm a rich rabbit. Isn't necessary, but you know, one shot is fun. Yeah, that's what I would... Like, if you want to, like, go around and max them all, like, 200 is probably the way to go. Even though that's not technically max, but that's a nice soft cap max. You don't need to do that at all. You could definitely have them all at 133, still have max renown, and get them all done. Mark says, so complete Underspire one of these weeks. Yeah. Not next week, but the week after, I promise. Because next week is Vault Event, and I don't see myself playing Underspire on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And to get to the 7th Dragon, I'm going to have to play on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yoke says, what treasures do you use after you hit 100? Yeah, just the elephant, the sacred treasure, and just the highest one. So we go down. There's a way to like make it not cost as much, like if you're worried about gold. But yeah, I think the higher the treasure, the less it's going to cost, because it gives you more percentage, like more levels all at once. Like if I add a coin purse, cost 27,200. And if I add a sacred treasure, it costs 27,200. So they cost the same exact thing. But to get to the same spot, it's 136,000 to make it to 133, right? Or only 81,000 to make it to 144. And I'm only using 3 of them. So yeah, you do your highest, your best treasure first. That way it costs less. If you don't have a ton of gold, you might want to go like farm, get some chaos shards, open some portals, get some more treasure. Like none of that stuff costs gold. That just costs your time and effort and forethought. Most people are probably going to have like king's crowns. Like these are the last ones that are really worth doing. If you don't have a king's crown and you have just these 3, it's very expensive. You want to make sure you have something here. Like these are the, like even this people would say don't even use those. You really want to be having these so you don't have to spend so much gold getting to whatever horde level you're trying to get to. And this one's like the last one that's acceptable, I would say. We're talking like after 100. Before 100, you're just worried about getting your quality. Like quality is a different story. You're just trying to get to 100% and max it out. But once you're past the quality part and maxing quality out, and you're just going for horde level, yeah, the better the treasure, the less that you're going to have to pay for gold. Good question. What level is Mark? Mark's at 1200 on 2 accounts. Dang. Yeah, King Stormguard was money locked for sure because I don't have it. He was a campaign mythic. I think he was the most recent one too. They've been doing very good at like getting them out there. They used to do horrible at that. Remember when Dread Captain Grimm wasn't available for like ever? It was like 9 months or something crazy. Finally. They messed up on a couple of those campaign mythics and forgot to put them out or forgot to put them in the Soulforge cycle or something. It was Medusa, I think, like Medusa, back in the Medusa Dread Captain Grimm era. When they were screwing it up. Now they're like getting, like we have none. Like all of them are available, which is kind of crazy. There should probably be at least one that's not available, but I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'll take them all. Guild Wars, what's that? I don't know. Mark says I saw that Chad Missanuja pointed that out and I just laughed. No clue, was listening and playing, peeking now and then. Mark says you started with 19,000. Yeah. You want to do Vault Keys, Sana? Professor says Dread Arquebus is Dragon's Claw and should be in the Forge. So that's a good thing to mention. That's the first weapon that's available as an ingredient for the Red Macaque, the Ruby Macaque, or whatever it's called. Which way sounds sillier? My way of saying it, or actually saying it the right way? Yoke says, if Ironhawk comes to the Forge, should I get 2 or 3? You start with 2. 2 is when it goes. 1 is nothing. 2 is when it goes, and you start seeing the benefits. 3 is bougie, but you should do it if you can. Like, I'm always thinking, like, do you get a 3rd Ironhawk, or do you get, like, High King Irongut? You know what I mean? The 3rd Ironhawk is good, and you should get it one day. And you probably should just go ahead and get it if it's there, and you have the diamonds, because you never know when it's going to come back. Definitely get 2, and then if you can get 3, if you can afford 3, get 3. 4, you don't need 4, and 1 is just to get it, to make sure you have it. You're not going to use it, but you're halfway there. Like getting 1 is still good, but just don't expect to like be using it. You got to get 2. Ruby, Tyrion's here. He said, move was not fun, but got through it in a temporary safe space where I can work at least. That's good, man. I mean, I'm glad it's over with for you there. the moving. Always start with money bags to get easier to E10. Macaque. Alright, somebody said vault key, so let's do that. I only have 100, so I'm not, like, scrambling. But it is a pretty fun thing to do. We'll just get out of here when I get something good. I feel like it's Friday. We're all just kind of, you know. Major orb. Not good. Major orb is good, but then I opened it, and I didn't want the thing that it gave me. Any more questions before I get out of here? Got you 3 faction teams. I did a big key opening. We got 5 mythics, but it was not the one I needed. But it was a good example of why you should not do that unless you're a very specific person. So I like that I showed that, and I wasted a bunch of keys for you. Another major orb, 2 in a row. But it's green. I got 60,000 gold, though, there. You see that? I think. That was cool. That was almost good enough to stop on. Live stream tomorrow, same time. I'll probably be right on the dot, too, if I don't start early. Be 10 a.m. EST. Spoiler video. Live stream. Sunday is Elden Ring. We're very close to the end. I've been actually playing offline. Making sure to get more HP so I can make it easier for when we actually make it to the end. Brian, you made it! Will Brian be the last person to get here? Another major orb, dude. We got like 3 in a row. I'll keep taking those because that's a chance every time for something I actually need. Oops. Ari's lurking. Orb of Chaos. A purple. Kind of replenishing that 40,000 seals I opened. I should have done 10,000 gem keys and 50,000 guild seals so it'd be even number. But we already stopped. It is what it is. $60 diamonds. Man, if I needed diamonds, I'd be happy there. It's a good drop of diamonds, especially if you keep getting them. Phew, that was pretty bad. 3,000 gold, probably the best thing. Come on, baby. I want gems, and I want glory orbs, and I want minion orbs. I will take big drops of gold, though. Like I like seeing this. I'm glad I have a few things to be happy about from vault keys. Like, you could never be sad at getting a bunch of gold, I don't think. And you can never be sad at getting a bunch of gems either. Everybody likes a glory or minion orb, I'd say. It's almost like no matter who you are, you need deeds. No matter who you are, you need vault keys, because there's something that you'll like in there. Got another 10,000 gold. The Valhawk, yeah, I already got one, but I probably need more copies. I might need more copies of some of the tarot cards, too. I don't know. Like, I pay more attention to, like, I got it, than do I have it fully ascended. Because they're just from the vault anyway, right? So they're not going to give you any kingdom level and power. It's a completionist thing, though, to get them fully ascended. But you could always use an orb, too, but... okay, as best as you can hope for these days. Oh, sorry about that, man. I'm almost in the, like... I would not want to... yeah. I was trying to say, like, I'm only okay pretty much too, but not as bad as you. Don't you hate when people do that? You, like, you're really sick or something, you're like, man, I got a 104 temperature, I got a headache, I don't feel good, and then somebody else is like, yeah, me too, I don't feel good either. I got a runny nose. It's like, dude, I'm trying to get some sympathy here. I got a super bad temperature, I can barely get out of bed, and you're talking about your runny nose. Like, me too. I try not to be the me too guy. But sometimes I am. Sometimes it's coming from a good place. Like, you just want to relate to the person and be like, yeah, you're not the only one, man. Like, I'm right there with you. Like, I'm also not having a great time. Like, you're not the only one. I don't feel lonely. Like, I'm not trying to one-up anybody. I'm just saying, like, I feel you. There's people out there that can understand what you're going through, and not everybody's all hunky-dory skipping around all day either. Like, I did find another house today that we might try. The problem is we want to go see it. They want us to apply. Like, they're texting the crap out of us about applying. Because I get it. Like, they want to make sure we're a fit before they waste their time showing it to us. But we want to make sure we see it before we apply to make sure we're not wasting our time. So, like, both sides are trying not to waste time. They don't want somebody coming through that wouldn't pass the application process and waste their time looking at it. And we don't want to apply if it's a crappy place we don't want to get anyway. Because the pictures they showed weren't even that great. Like, they showed the ceiling, the backyard, and, you know, like one room. Like, how do we know if we want that or not? You showed me a ceiling fan and the backyard. Like, how am I supposed to know if I want to apply for that? Supernova's here! Brian says this might be a first in my car watching and in the car wash right now, so you'll understand why I'm not in the chat so much like I am normally. Yeah, bro. Car washing? With Sinnycool on? Yeah, that might be the first time. We've been in a gas station? We've been in the car? I don't know if we've ever been in the car wash. Another major orb. Is it something that I need? No. Supernova for president. Still haven't really got a nice drop. The gold has been okay. Come on, baby. Put me up over that 10k gems, like, solidly. So I could go back under 10k pretty quick. Ah. We've opened like 20 now. Still haven't really seen anything I super want. Except for gold. $24,000 gold. And a stinky orange. Club car wash. I need to get a car wash, but I don't know. I feel like the car wash I go to, I'd almost have to go through back to back like twice for it to actually get the car clean. Because every time I go through, like the first time I went through, it was awesome. Like, it looked great. Second time I went through, there was still some crap on. I was like, what is going on here? Like, this doesn't look as good as the first time. And then the last time I went through, it was that again. I'm like, there's still water spots all over it. Like, what's this right here? Like, come on, man. That's pretty good. Oh, I don't know. We'll go to 75. How about that? 25 vault keys. That was something I wanted. But it wasn't so amazing that I want to leave it up on the screen. So we'll just go to 75 now. Singing at the car wash. I go to this one where it's like the Mike's car wash, and you like pull up and put it in neutral, and then it like just takes you like a roller coaster. I feel like you get screwed sometimes. If there's like a person in front of you and a person behind you, like, it's better if you're by yourself. I don't know why. I have no idea, but... Because like I said, I've had different qualities of car wash going through the same exact one. And I'm like, why is this happening? That's the only thing I could think of, is like maybe... Depends on how many people are in there. Alright, one more. And then I gots to go. I gotta go get it done. Go hustle. Go pay the bills. Alright, y'all. I got 75 left. We got plenty of time to open those before the next vault event. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 6 days. I only have to open around 10, 15 a day. Which you just saw me open 25 pretty quickly, so it's not going to be too hard. But yeah, that's probably it for today. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or the chat right now, because you know I take forever to close down the stream, so I could still answer something if you have a question. But I do appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Terry, get about the channel comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for joining me today. Juan, Supernova, Brian, Chad, Sauna, Supernova Tyrion. RE was here lurking. Brian made it. Tyrion got another gifted membership. We can't let him go. Mark, Sauna, Professor, Yoke the Ham. We got Mark. We got Chad. Remember, 10 a.m. every freaking day. Almost. Wednesday's the only day you could say, nah, he said 10 a.m. every day, but what about Wednesday? That's the only day, though. Neophyte, Sauna. Misty got gifted by Sauna. Thank you so much, Sauna. Gavin was here today. Love to see new names sometimes. Sauna with the double up. She became Big Mario, and then she became Fire Mario. Chad, so consistent. Super appreciate it getting it started. Mark was first, Sauna was second, and Chad was third, I think. But yeah, special shout out to Chad and Sauna for the train business. They put their handprints in the concrete. They're graffitiing the whole train. They're putting it on their shoulders and doing squats. Crushing it. Keeping the channel going. Thank you so much, you guys. Appreciate you. Doors open, lights on, all that stuff. You rock. And yeah, one was from Anita. So yeah, shout out to Anita as well. I forgot that. Sorry. Anita Gamer, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here unless you have anything. Get your faction done. Spoilers tomorrow. King Stormguard is technically in the keys, but don't be going wild unless you're a very specific person. You saw today the example of me not getting it with tons and tons of keys. The next new mythic could be very good. I don't even know. Let's look at it. We can look at the next mythic. What, can't we? Troop spoilers. We have... Unless it just doesn't have the spell and stuff. Alright, the next mythic, the next new mythic, is called Grovanga. A Daemon Construct. It converts all gems of the chosen color to good gargoyle gems. It deals magic times 1.5 plus 4 damage to all enemies of that mana color and gain an extra turn. Yeah, please don't just throw all your keys for King Stormguard, who is not as good as that. That sounds good. That sounds good to me. Extra turn, and then you just blow up all those gargoyle gems? Convert all gems of a chosen color to good gargoyle gems. Now, that's not going to do anything except for put a bunch of good gargoyle gems on the board, but you get an extra turn, because then you can blow them up with something else. And you're doing damage to all enemies. It has to be of that mana color. So it's kind of like a, the Grey King. Who's definitely a top 20 mythic, probably a top 15, maybe a top 10. The Grey King is good. He's good in PvP. He's good when the entire enemy team is a certain color. The Gray King. This thing is reminding me of the Gray King a little bit. Convert all gems of the chosen color to good gargoyle gems. Deal magic times 1.5 plus 4 damage to all enemies of that mana color. Gain an extra turn. The part I love is the gain an extra turn. It's got stone skin. It's got explode a good gargoyle gem when my turn begins. So you pretty much get a buff for free, right? 2. Because it's going to blow up a good gargoyle gem at the start of every turn. So it's buffing you too. You know me, I'm always pessimistic and hate everything, and that one sounds decent. So I am here to help you, to save you, to... what do I get out of it? Nothing. Don't be throwing all your keys for King Stormguard. He's not as good as this thing, which is coming out next month. Friday, May 3rd. It is like halfway through April right now. You don't even have to wait that long. I hope I saved somebody. If you helicoptered out of bed and threw all your keys and did not get King Stormguard, I am so sorry that I didn't get on live stream sooner. But I'd be saying that all the time anyway, so if you're watching me, then you should already know. Alright, everybody. What was it that time again? What do you mean? Yeah, time for you to get back in here. Right. Neo said used elephants and lamp to get high. Depends what level you aim for. Yep. That's how you save gold, is by using the higher treasure. Quality is different from horde level. Quality is one thing. You're just trying to get 100%. You can use the lower level treasure to do it. You know, the higher level treasure is not always the best for some qualities, I think, even. But once you get your quality to 10, the highest level treasure is always the best because it saves you gold and saves you time and gets you to the higher level faster. So the way you get the treasure is by opening chaos portals. The way you get shards to open chaos portals is by doing your 3 delves a day. That's why you farm City of Thieves, so you can get chaos shards, so you can open portals, so you can get treasure. So you can get the troops, so you can get your horde level up, so you can get your quality to 10. Yeah, you got gifted again. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here. Have a great day. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Spoilers. And then Sunday will be Elden Ring. And then Monday, back around. Weekly preview. Whatever the event is. I think it's Tower of Doom, huh? And then Vault event later. A week from now. And not new Mythic, but we talked about the next new Mythic, which is really good, so don't blow all your keys on King Stormguard today. Neo says 175 is enough depending on your kingdom levels. If you have kingdoms at level 15, you're good, because after that, it's going to take a... That's one thing for sure. If you have the associated kingdom, that's when the soft caps really come into play, because you get 2 magic instead of 1. But 1 magic is still, that's still good. That's the best stat. So why would you stop on, like, attack or health or armor when you could stop on magic and a potion? So soft caps are soft caps are soft caps, but they're even better if you have the associated faction at 15, so you get 2 magic instead of 1. So if you're doing the Deep Hive today, make sure you go, like, what's the associated faction? And go up and, make sure you have it on 15 if you really want to make it easier, which is like Drifting Sands, right? So right here, it has the plus 25% faction horde stats, and if you're on 14, technically is when you would get... But you want to go to 15 so you can get the stat. Which isn't even that hard. It doesn't even take books or deeds or nothing. This is just gold, right? Pretty sure, right? Like, everybody should have all of them on 15. I think it's just gold. I know it's a lot of gold, but it's the thing you would use your gold for. Like, what else are you doing with your gold? You don't do a bunch of extra guild tasks. No, you get your kingdoms to level 15. Pretty sure, right? This doesn't take books and deeds and crap. It's just gold, huh? This is when it starts costing... That's why it's so low. It's only 2 books. So, yeah. Yep. Alright, y'all. I'm out of here. You're the best. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out. Special shout out to Anita, Sana, and Chad. Keeping it going. April's almost halfway over, y'all. Like, I messed up again. What am I doing? Stop broadcasting. There you go.